Hi, everyone. Tom from Chewing on Pearls here. Patrick and myself wanted to give a quick disclaimer before this episode to let you know that we cover a 2011 performance that Gaga gave as a tribute to a fan who at the time had recently passed away. So this is a content warning due to mentions of death and suicide. And yeah, we just wanted to let you know before you dive in.
The music and the performance and the fashion are one. I don't separate my art from my life. It is one whole thing.
Hi, Tom.
Hi, Patrick.
I'm Patrick.
And I'm Tom, and this is Chewing on Pearls, the show where we dissect and decipher Lady Gaga's chameleonic career and its impact, one pearl at a time.
So, we're back.
With another installment of Chewed, the series where we talk through previous Gaga performances where, well, she chewed. On September 24th, 2011, Gaga performed what she called a, quote, surrogate monster ball set at the iHeart Radio Festival in Las Vegas, Nevada. Specifically, today, we're talking about Gaga's performance, a semi-acoustic performance of Hair, which was dedicated to Jamey Rodemeyer, a 14-year-old fan who ended his life the previous week. His final tweet was, quote, "Bye, Mother Monster. Thank you for all you have done. Pause up forever." A little bit of a somber episode today.
Yeah. But important because for a couple reasons. I feel like it was a couple weeks ago now where I texted you and I was like, I can't stop listening to Hair and thinking about this, just kind of in the context of all of the shit going on right now.
Totally.
And how we're taking giant steps backward in so many cultural, social ways
in every
this
way.
Country. In every way, really. Financial. Yeah. And I just was like, wow. And then Gagachella happens. And during Paparazzi, you can hear the melody line of Hair on the piano.
She does a little, she does a little vocalization too.
When I tell you, my heart dropped because it just made me remember and realize she'll always be this woman that we're about to talk about today. And she knows how important she was at that time and continues to be.
Yeah.
And she did also share in anticipation of Coachella when asked, I forget what publication, but they asked what songs, blah, blah, blah. She's like, well, I don't want to give anything away. And then they're like, oh, what's Michael's favorite song? And she was like, oh, Hair.
Which I love.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I remember being obsessed with this clip when this performance happened. I watched this video so frequently.
Right.
And it is a little odd because I felt so, thinking back, it's I felt so distant from Jamie's situation in many ways. But then I think, oh, he was 14, I was 15 at that time, we were more similar than different. I just didn't I wasn't online like that. My parents didn't let me. I was obsessing over Gaga alone at home,
right.
I didn't really know
totally.
who he was. And
right.
I was still figuring my stuff out. And it's interesting to watch now. I mean, this was in 2011. For 14 years. Yeah. It was half my lifetime ago. But yeah, it's a special performance.
It's a special performance. And I think it is also just such a time capsule performance. This whole iHeartRadio show is really just pure 2011 Gaga. The fact that she was only allotted 45 minutes, she goes way over.
Yes.
There's
oh my gosh.
every song has an intro and an outro.
A little speech.
Every time every time they get to a band setup, she just they just play. She is in her rock star bag. I feel especially during Hair, she really channels her Springsteen Like,
yes.
there's something about it where it's like, not to get too ahead of myself, but like when it gets to the guitar solo and she's like, take the solo, Jesus. And he does the solo. And then she's at the piano and she's smashing away. And she's like, keep going. She says
Yeah.
on the mic, keep going, and makes
Yeah.
him do like another couple bars.
Yeah.
And it's like, at that point, we're getting to 9 minutes for Hair,
Right.
which is like what, a 4-minute song, maybe?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. It's
and she got 45 minutes, and Hair was what, the 5th song in the set list?
yeah.
Like,
girl. Yeah.
and it's 10 minutes long. It's
with
like
the
that.
speech, it's like 8 minutes. Yeah. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
but it's like, that's who she was at that time.
Yeah. Yeah. And like, it's interesting. I think it's an interesting to go more into the like where this is in Gaga's career. This is late 2011. Born This Way has been out for 4 months. And the aesthetics, she called it a surrogate monster ball. The aesthetics are this kind of interesting blend of like the monster, the Fame monster, and Born This Way in an interesting way where like there's something very glam about her here.
It's like so glam rock.
Yes. It's like such a different, it's not so different, but compared to like the Monster Ball and the Born This Way ball, it's something else.
What
And
it
I love
carries
that.
over is like the kitschy, like the tattoo shop, like
Yes.
the neon signs of kind of like the Monster Ball, the theatricality there. And the speeches, like this performance starts with this kind of, she has this affect in her voice. Her voice is like fried.
It's fried.
She sounds tired. She sounds like she's been drinking and smoking.
Yeah.
Because she's been drinking and smoking.
Yes. Yeah.
I think she's openly drinking during the show. Like, I think she has whiskey on the piano. Like, it was at
some point,
that time where, not during this performance, but like throughout the performance.
Oh, I get what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's such an interesting little, like, if you're listening and you want to see more than the Hair performance we're talking about, it's worth a watch because it is like her in this like rock chick bag. And again, just before we get into the performance, she looks so beautiful. She is perfectly sweaty, and
that wig is well lived in.
The wig is great. The wig is just perfect. She's wearing this like bodysuit. I think it's Perry Meek. That's kind of like, I don't know, Kiss, if Kiss was like featured in the Barbie movie. I don't know. Like, it's just it's so she's very blonde in it. It's she just looks there. I don't know. This is gonna sound crazy to some people, but you get it. I know. It's like sometimes you look at her and you're like, oh, you're embodied right now. And in this performance, I'm like, you are here, you're present, and you are feeling it.
And you're channeling.
Like, yes. Oracle vibes. Oracle for our generation.
She understood the responsibility of the moment.
Yeah.
And, after she gives her she talks about, first of all, she starts the performance on all fours because she finishes the song before. And she's like, I have missed you so much.
Yes.
I miss you every day.
Yes.
I'm not on stage. Like, just like, whoa, okay.
Yeah.
Like, you press play and you're like, it's 2011. We're back.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
And then she goes on this like rambling speech about lying in her bed and rolling over the hotel, and like it starts rotating and there's like a mirror on the ceiling, and she's like, it's kind of filthy.
Yeah, so somehow she's in this clip, she's like a 60-year-old woman. And a 20-year-old.
It's so funny. That's why it's like people today are like, wait, Lady Gaga's 39? Because they thought she was 39 in 2011. Like, yeah, so bizarre. But anyways, she goes on this whole like speech about like sitting on her bed and like, thinking, and then she says something profane that they censor. Because I don't know what it is.
Because I think it's after she's talking about the mirror on the ceiling. Maybe she says something about
fucking
her tits or something. I could see that. And then quickly transitions onto the piano, starts playing a few notes, and is like, I don't know if you guys know this. And they did. I mean,
We all
granted,
did. I
this
mean,
was a festival, so I'm sure not everyone there was like a little monster, but because like Nicki Minaj, Bruno Mars,
I think Jay-Z, like I think
Jay-Z,
other
like
people performed. Yeah.
she says, I don't know if you know this, but we lost a little monster this week because, as forementioned, this horrible, devastating thing happened just days before, and a lot of fans were tweeting at Gaga about it that week. And they were like, just so you know, this person, and a lot of people were retweeting. That's why I read that tweet at the top too, because I remember all these people were retweeting his final tweets.
That. Yeah.
So she says, I don't know, we lost a monster this week. And then there's some text on the screen, I think, that says, rest in peace, Jamey Rodemeyer. And then an image of him from his It Gets Better video that he made is up on the projector, which is particularly devastating. And also, Hair was Jamie's favorite song. So that like sets the tone. And I love that she says, not to get too serious. I forget what word she says.
She says not to be a downer, but sometimes doing the right thing is more important.
More important than the music.
Yeah.
Which I love, because she's like, I'm doing a festival set and I'm going to play Hair, because that's what she's getting at, is that this is doing this song instead of like one that everybody here definitely knows is more important to me.
Yeah.
And then she performs Hair and she sounds incredible. I also do want to say that because she's wearing the Britney microphone, you really hear her breathing. Yeah. We talked about this with the Coachella performance too. I know that it's real, but I also think it's part of the performance. Like, I think she plays it up a lot, where she's just like,
she's playing it up here, where in Coachella, it's like, that was actually real. And like, but this is like, she is really like, she is in this moment.
And she
fully.
Like, I think it's like something to like give her performance and what she's singing about and what she's talking about, like a little bit more gravity in a way, is to be sort of like between, I don't know.
And something too that I thought about when I watched this back, the most recent time that I watched it, like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
She does say something about like being at home on my bike when she sits at the piano, which I love, because if you think about it, at the time, like the Inside the Outside, like MTV interview where it's like she talks about, at this point in her career, the only time that she could really kind of get away was like when she would get on a bicycle and like drive around incognito. And I love that this is like the glam rock interpretation. Like, she's on her Harley piano. And she's like, I'm at home on my bike. And it's like, girl, you've never.
Yeah,
you can't ride a motorcycle.
She didn't have a driver's license at this point.
Yeah,
so.
you've posed on many. You've literally transformed into motorcycles.
You've been photoshopped onto one.
No, and put in a machine.
And put in them.
Yeah, not at this point, but it's coming. It's coming.
Yes. Yeah. It is this like, it's so Gaga that she like allows herself to like sort of, she's like being herself, and like she says something filthy, she's being like a rock chick or whatever, she's doing the thing, but also the intention and like the meaning behind this performance is not in any way lessened by that, because everything that she does, like everything that she's doing, is so authentic. It's so authentic that she can do that.
Yeah.
Like, no one was out here being like, it's so offensive that she performed a tribute for performance for a child talking about this stuff, because she meant it. That's the thing.
Well, and she understands the gravity, and like Hair was written from this perspective and point of view. She talks about how important identity is as a young person, especially in like a school environment. And that, I mean, that is why Jamie killed himself.
Yes.
Because his reality, his day-to-day reality was too intense
Yeah, I
And
mean,
he found refuge on these Lady Gaga websites and
yes.
forums, and like met people outside of his small community. I think he was from like upstate New York or something,
I'm
or
not sure. I'm not sure.
but it was somewhere that was like not like
yeah.
he really didn't have access to people
Yeah,
like
and like
him or people
reading
that understood him.
between the lines, I guess like we haven't really stated it explicitly. It's like he was very heavily bullied. Like he was cyberbully bullied.
Yes.
Like if you're listening to this and you don't know what we're talking about, like it feels like such deep lore in the monster community, but it's like he was bullied because he was perhaps gay, I don't know, or
Yeah,
because he was
presumed to be
different.
gay and
What
like to be yeah.
yes, to be different, and he was active on his on his socials talking, always talking about it too. So then it was like, you know, this
Yeah.
happening was something that, I mean, it just connects a lot of themes that Born This Way, like you're saying, the album sort of comes from for Gaga as a songwriter and as a person.
Yeah. And you know, she's singing the song and she stops and she goes, "Bullying is for losers."
I know that's fucking right.
Put that on my fucking gravestone.
Literally, I'm like, it is. It is. And I
But
really
critique is okay.
but critique is like, calling a bully
like,
a loser
yes,
is not bullying.
is okay. Yeah. I'm like, I can critique Blake Lively.
Right.
That's not bullying.
Right.
That's not bullying.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's this sweetness in that she keeps looking over her shoulder up at the screen at the picture of Jamey while she's doing that first verse, maybe even the first
Jamey,
chorus.
I swear.
Yeah. I like that she took the opportunity again at a festival space, not at a show where she knows it would be like 100% her fans necessarily, where like and I don't feel like she lays it on too thick. She lets the music speak for itself. She could have made that speech 5 minutes long. She didn't know this person. She just knows that this person really looked up to her and admired her, and that her fans knew this person.
The last thing that he did before he died was send her a message. Girl. The gravity of that.
Yes. And it's just, and I don't want to sound like I'm talking about his death as, OMG, that must have been so hard for her, because like,
no,
like that's not it at all. But just thinking about how we've talked about this before, at that time, she carried so much weight of like fans telling her things backstage and like basically being like, you saved my life, you saved my life, you saved my life. And then to have this person be like, thank you for everything before the end. It's just, I think we underestimate like being 24, 25, she's probably 25 here, and having to like hold all of that for kids who are like 10 years younger than you.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, for us,
yeah.
I mean, it's like, it's not like Jamey's story is not too dissimilar to like my own experience in high school and before, you know, like granted, I was lucky enough to have a support system and like have a supportive family and like to not want to end my life because I believed in bravery and courage and was encouraged to be a proud person. And it's like that's something that I feel like I took for granted at the time, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
I think I was saying, it's like I felt so far away from this person in a way because, first of all, when your teenage brain is like, I'm the only person on earth, first of all. So it's like, it's easy to be like, I don't know, like it doesn't connect. We were 15, 16 at the time. And then, like in hindsight, realizing like my situation was more similar to his than different, you know? And so then watching this back now, there is some kind of like inner child therapy happening.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, we just, before we hopped on here, we were like, oh, we're going to watch it again, just as another refresher, as if we don't have every second of this video burned into our brains. But I was out walking Babu, listening, watching, and I got misty. I mean, it's just like, it just takes me there because yes, it's this loving, beautiful tribute, and it's a devastating, heinous loss that could have been avoided and prevented, but it's also a fantastic display of musical talent and passion and artistry on all fronts. The band is on fire.
Yeah.
They understand
the assignment,
the power of music.
Yeah.
And it sounds corny and stupid, but there was something happening in that performance.
Yeah.
Where it's this visceral, overwhelming, like if you let yourself be taken and moved, it will deliver in that way.
It is spiritual. Yeah. It
builds,
it is.
It builds.
It starts with her at the piano being soft, being tender, and it builds, and she gets a little bit more wild, and the band gets a little bit more wild. Like you said, she says, literally, keep going.
She's yelping.
Yeah. Like
her voice, she's straining her voice.
Yeah. And you ask a little monster. I mean, we talk about 2011 so much. And this is like such a perfect encapsulation of why so many of us, granted, our fixation with Gaga started years before that when she debuted. But like this time period, it just gripped so many fans, even through the YouTube screen. You know what I mean?
Well,
like,
and because this is where things took a turn, where it was like, oh, Gaga, what? Is she even pretty? Is she hot? Like, who is she? And then it's like, oh no, she's weird. Oh, she's in an egg. She's wearing meat. There was this distancing where it's like, this was the eventual, like, we were speaking a different language. Like she was speaking to us in the way that we were speaking to her. And this kind of symbiosis was formed.
Right.
And I feel like that, like it started with Born This Way and then really fell off the tracks for art pop, where it's like, it was almost like two different worlds. Like the general public did not know how to understand or comprehend her. And we saw her so clearly.
Right. And like, Born This Way and like all of the performances that followed, every stop on the Born This Way ball, every promotional thing she did was what she felt was repaying the fans and giving them a gift for the gift they had given her during the Monster Ball. So like it's just such a testament to the person that she is, the woman that she is, the artist that she is, that in this time period you can sense it's so tangible that even when it's harming her, she's giving it 120% because she's like, this is like, it's not just for my fans because I'm an artist doing a show. It's for my fans because I owe them something. Because without, like, they
because this kid took his life.
Yeah, they lifted her up. We lifted her up, not just in a commercial sense. Right. Like, I think that's the point, is that she felt like a piece of shit, like, even when she made it, you know?
Right. Well, and that's the thing here is, like, in her personal life and her private life, in her health and sanity, like, we actually don't know if she was doing well, you know?
Nope.
Like, and that's the thing with Gaga, is like, she was this champion. It makes me think of her, the candid moment where she falls apart getting ready for the Monster Ball for HBO, and she's like, I want to be a queen for them, but it's like, it's so hard. Like, she's getting ready to headline Madison Square Garden, and she can't, you know, it's like people joke and say that she talks all the time about crying in her songs, and I'm like, because I feel like that is like, she has to experience, it's either like this complete like numb persona, or it's this like
totally floodgates,
raw floodgate of emotion,
especially at this time.
I mean, she's in her mid-20s. Like,
I mean, it's so much pressure, so many eyes on you,
and people are already calling her a legend at this point.
Yes, so much. So, like, realizing the responsibility of like being a public figure, especially, I mean, again, in 2011, like, there were like some issues have remained. Many of them have shaped themselves differently and changed because time has gone by.
But this was the era of like kids killing themselves.
Yes,
especially gay, queer, trans, lesbian, like these kids were killing themselves.
They're still
or being killed.
LGBTQ,
and it's still happening.
Yeah, LGBTQ plus youth are more than twice as likely to try to kill themselves than their heterosexual counterparts still. So it's...
And there really wasn't a lot of legislation, or, schools didn't know how to handle
social media
because
was
it's
booming.
because your gym teacher could call you a faggot.
Right.
And depending on where you were in the country,
and the online space was very new. Very, very new. We underestimate how quickly that all blew up, and that suddenly you have children online behind keyboards
with unfettered access to
each other.
Whatever. Yeah.
And
no,
it's
totally.
Yeah. So I mean, it's such an important performance in Gaga's career. It's an important moment in time to remember generally. Yeah, I definitely think this is worth a watch. There's so much passion. There's so much power in her voice. And I love that she sent it out with a bang, and it wasn't this messy, weepy ballad.
No. It's empowered.
It was empowered. Yes.
It was, she said, I was born brave.
Yeah. Bullying is for losers.
And she also infamously, it's a classic Gaga move that's still in 2025 she's pulling out. She goes to the drum kit.
Absolutely.
And she lets that drums have it.
Yes. She's like, this is how I feel.
To the chagrin of the drummer, who's like, would you back the fuck off?
Stop, girl?
Would you stop doing this? And she's up there slamming the cymbals.
Yeah, what a great performance. I'm glad that you thought to cover it on the show. I think it's timely with what's going on in the world, what's going on in Gaga's career, conversations, a lot of people talking about their teenage selves right now in relation to Lady Gaga, I think.
And her revisiting places that she hasn't been in 10, 15 years, and seeing people that she hasn't seen since they were little Jamies. And her reconnecting with fans in a way that feels the most similar to the way that the access we had to her at this time.
Right. And that's the thing. It's not about how she does it. I don't think how she's doing it is similar at all. I mean, she's 39. She's older than she was.
She's old.
Oh, no. I just mean she's a mature person.
Yes.
But
no, totally.
But because the intention is the same, it feels the same, and I think that's what's so powerful. You can feel that.
Well, and
it's there.
Quite frankly, she's done the work for herself mentally and spiritually
to be able to,
and to understand and frankly create a healthy distance.
Totally. This is such a good balance for her, where it seems like she can be both and do both, and like
we said, she's channeling here. But sometimes, not to get too sci-fi fantasy about it, but when the magical warlock or whatever is channeling the ancient spells, and then it's too much, and kablam, you run the risk of being the conduit, and then you lose yourself.
That's the thing about Born This Way. It was she put her whole body, mind, heart, brain, soul, spirit, hip into this whole, and she was a shooting goddamn star. She was
it's her magnum opus.
Yes,
it's her magnum opus.
The burnout happened for sure. I think the effects of it, there's a reason why Mistress Mayhem has a cane and the hip of it all, and we've talked about that before, but these moments leading up to that kind of earth-shattering injury just prove, if you think about her being this Gaga, from then until now, nonstop, she would not be around.
Yeah, no.
This is impossible to uphold, and she did it for the fans for a good 2.5 years straight.
Yeah.
At one point. But yeah, this performance is such a powerful reminder of like how much an artist can mean to someone, how much music can do, and also just the person that I know that Lady Gaga is, which is a good one.
Yeah.
Point blank.
Yeah.
Love her.
Me too. And so did Jamey.
So did Jamey. It's like very devastating to think that like it's like that was 14 years ago.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah. But think of all the wonderful work that Gaga and Cynthia have done
Totally.
to empower youth to live their truth.
Yes. Born This Way Foundation. Oh gosh. Well, anyway, if you haven't watched it, check it out.
Check it out. Born This Way will forever be
a
magical conduit.
Totally.
What did she say when she was writing the album? She was like, this is the album of a millennium or something.
Something like that, yeah.
Like really like obtuse and egotistical, but it's like, yes,
but it's true.
It is. It's correct. Yeah.
Yeah. We have a friend too who saw Gaga at Coachella and is like kind of like rediscovering or like rehearing Born This Way. He was texting me about it and being like, yeah, like I finally understand why people say this is her magnum opus. Like he was like, I'm a art pop girl, but Born This Way is her magnum opus. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, no, it is.
You have to pay it where it's due, kind of. And she would say that too. Let's be real.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hair, you will always be famous.
Forever famous.
I love the acoustic
So many
version.
great hair performances.
Oh
I was
my
just going to
gosh.
say, so many.
This is one of probably like 12 I can think of that are like incredible.
That are so good.
So good. Okay. Well, I guess that's our episode.
She chewed.
She chewed. Thank you, Mother.
She chewed up those bullies and she spit them out.
Right out on that stage in Las Vegas, Nevada. Okay,
and there are plenty there.
Yeah. Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Bye.
Mwah.
Please let you